Good morning, kindergartners. Today we're on page 156. We're on page 156. And our objective today I will create number bonds and write equations for the number pairs of sums to 5 and 6. So we're going to create number bonds and write equations for number pairs with sums of 5 and 6. Okay, so let's look at what does that mean, friends. Okay, so remember these are our number bonds. We're going to make these number bonds, and number bonds are whole equals part plus part. So we're going to use these number bonds to help us write an equation where the whole equals part plus part. Okay, now to do this, we're going to decompose numbers. So we're going to draw numbers in the whole and then break them apart into two parts. And remember, a number pair is pairs of numbers that total the same sum, which means there's not going to be only one right answer. There's lots of ways we could decompose our numbers. Okay, so our steps today say we're going to listen to the math story, we're going to identify the whole, and we're going to underline the whole, and then we're going to decompose the whole into two parts. Okay, so I'm going to get started on mine, and here's my first problem. My first problem says 5 toys are in the toy box. Some of the toys could be trains and some could be blocks. How many could be trains? How many could be blocks? Okay, so what do I know? I know there's 5 toys in the toy box. That is called my whole. So I'm going to draw 5 in my whole, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So some of these are trains and some could be blocks. What I need to do is decompose them into how many I think might be trains and how many I think could be blocks. So I'm going to say I think 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are trains. So I'm going to put 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, if 4 of them are trains, if I put 4 here, how many have to go here? Well, isn't there just 1 left? So I'm going to put 1 here. And what do I know? I know my whole equals my part plus my other part. So I decomposed 5 into a 4 and a 1. Well, what was my equation say? Well, my equation is whole equals part plus part. So my whole was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my first part is 1, 2, 3, 4. And my next part is 1. So my equation is 5 equals 4 plus 1. Okay, now friends, that wasn't the only way I could have done that. That's just the way that Miss Munoz chose, but I could have decomposed 5 in a different way and came up with a different number pair. Let's see if we could do a different way. So here I'm going to still decompose 5. So my whole is still going to be 5. But what if last time I put 4 here, what if I decide to only put 1, 2 there? If I put 2 here, how many has to go here? Well, don't I have 1, 2, 3 left? So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 here. So my whole equals part plus part. So this time my equation would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is my whole, and my first part is 1, 2, and my second part is 1, 2, 3. So I still had a whole of 5, but my parts were different this time. And there's even more ways I could do this, friends. I'm going to not keep doing it, but there's lots of ways we could have chose to decompose 5. Okay, let's look at my next problem. Okay, my next problem says 6 toys are in the toy box. Some of the toys could be trains and some could be blocks. How many could be trains? How many could be blocks? Okay, so what is my whole this time, friends? My whole this time is 6. There's 6 toys in the toy box. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and they want me to decompose that to decide how many are trains and how many are blocks. So how many do I want to break it up and put in this first box? I'm going to say, let's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this first box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I put 5 there, how many are left to put here? Isn't there just 1 left? And I know my whole equals part plus part. So what would my equation say then? My whole is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus my next part, which is 1. So I decomposed 6 into 5 plus 1. You think I could decompose 6 a different way? I think I can too. Maybe instead of doing 5 plus 1, let's see it decomposed a different way. My whole is still going to be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this time, what if I put just 3 here? 1, 2, 3. Well, how many has to go in this part then? Aren't there 1, 2, 3 left? 1, 2, 3. And I know whole is part plus part. So what would my equation this time be? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is my whole. And what's my first part? 1, 2, 3. Plus, what's my second part? 1, 2, 3. So this time my equation is 6 equals 3 plus 3. Last time it was 6 equals 5 plus 1. Maybe, friends, see if you could think of a different way Miss Munoz could have done this. Okay, we're going to get started together on our first problem, which is on page 157. Can you turn your book to page 157? And our first problem says, 5 race cars are on the track. Some of the race cars could be blue and some could be green. How many could be blue? How many could be green? Okay, so ready? Let's do 5. So we know our total or our whole is 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our total is 5. So we should have 5 in our whole box. Now we have to decide how many are blue and how many are green. So I'm going to say, let's put 1, 2 here. If we put 2 there, how many have to go here, friends? How many are left? 1, 2, 3, right? So put 1, 2, 3 there. Okay, what do we know about our number bond? Our whole equals part plus this part. And that's what our equation is going to be. Our equation is going to be whole equals part plus part. So what's our whole? What do we put here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was our whole. And what was our first part? 1, 2. And our second part is 1, 2, 3. So our number pair is 2 plus 3. Now there's other ways we could have done this, and when you do your problems, friends, see if you can find different ways. But what our equation is 5 equals 2 plus 3. Okay, let's do one more together. Here's our next problem together. and it says 6 race cars are on the track. Some of the race cars could be blue and some could be green. How many could be blue? How many could be green? And I'm sorry I did that, friends. That was a mistake. So we know this time we have 6 race cars. So 6 is our whole. So right here, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, friends, so we have to decide how we're going to decompose or break up 6 into our 2 parts. So I say let's just put 1 here. If we put 1 there, how many have to go here? How many do we have left? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so ready? Let's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Okay, and what do we know about our number bond? We know that whole equals part plus part. Okay, and we know our equation is whole equals part plus part. So what's our whole? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals, and our first part is just 1, plus our second part is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so friends, this is just one way we could have decomposed 6. Again, when you do your practice ones, try different ways. Have a great day. Bye.